Hi guys, Susan Modest here, and I'm making this video because, as you know, I'm a Bitcoin investor and Bitcoin enthusiast, and I'm seeing so many posts, and it might be for sensationalism, just to get people to click it and to have an emotional reaction to it. But I see so many posts that are crying about this Bitcoin crash and a cryptocurrency crash because Bitcoin tends to drag all coins down with it. So that bothers me because I think to the uninformed, that can make it seem scary and more volatile than it actually is. Now, Bitcoin in itself, by nature, I like to say it's like my friends. My friends have their ups and downs, but generally they're working upwards towards something of more value. So it makes it completely worth it to ride through the ups and downs with them, to be ride or die with them because they have more value, but they have ups and downs. Bitcoin, same thing. And initially I heard people saying that, I wish I had jumped in years ago. And those are the same people who are posting about like this incredible crash that's going on. And the news is that, if you feel like this was scary, then you probably would never have lasted enough to see your Bitcoin that you bought for just mere dollars ever make it to 3,000, because you probably would have freaked out and sold way ahead of that. So the moral of this story is, do not freak out. If you're a Bitcoin investor, hold your Bitcoin. Let it continue to work for you. So if it's invested, let it continue to be invested and get the returns on those investments. If you're just holding it, understand that this is just a response to some things happening in the Bitcoin universe, in the market, but it will rise again. It has done it before. It has had bigger crashes. It has had soft, well, not crashes. We're not going to use the word crash. It has had bigger drops. And, this whole idea of a soft fork, maybe it's because now there are more people who are aware of it, but this is not the first time, and it may not be the last. These are growing pains. So don't freak out. The other thing is that I'm going to take on Mark Cuban himself and some of his remarks with Bitcoin. But I think that he made his statement, and people who didn't understand jumped off on that, and we saw a little drop in the prices at that time, and it's because I don't think they really caught what he was saying. He basically says that he was doubting the valuation of Bitcoin, not the value. He was calling the valuation a bubble, and that's because it had risen so astronomically because people wanted more of it, because they understood what was happening. They understood that it was making millionaires, and so many people jumped on that the value rose very quickly, very bullishly. And for that reason, I believe that's what he was calling. Now, I saw his tweet. I haven't seen any interviews where he talked about what he meant by that tweet. Um, but that's what he said. He said he doubts the valuation, or something. Not, maybe I'm paraphrasing. He questions the valuation of Bitcoin, but not the value. And he has gone on to invest in another ICO, um, in cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin may have been to him a competitor, or he may have just been saying what is very true, that the valuation could fluctuate, which is what we're seeing. What we're actually seeing isn't, we call it Bitcoin values because that's just the easier term, but we're actually seeing the valuation fluctuate. That could influence the value, the long term, and the intrinsic value of Bitcoin. It could, but not necessarily. Okay, so just understand the difference is what's going on here. Understand that it's just temporary. Don't freak out. Don't call it a crash, because people start hearing that, they don't understand it, they freak out and they think that, okay, well, I'm glad I didn't invest in Bitcoin because it's crashing. And it's just not okay. So it actually hurts the cause of valuation, which could in turn, in the long run, hurt values. But I don't think it will. I don't think it will because I think that it will rise again. Well, I know it will rise again. How far is left to be seen. But all the things that made it valuable in the first place, the peer-to-peer, and the fact that it was decentralized, these are some of the things that contribute to its value. The nervousness in the market is contributing to the drop in its current valuation. So if you're an investor, think long term. It's going to be all right. Just prepare for what you have to prepare for. Come August 1st, inform yourself, get yourself educated, and it's going to be all right. We're going to come out on top. Don't freak out. All right. Have a good day.